All right, good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm just going to give it maybe 2 to 3 more minutes just to let a couple more people filter in, and then we'll get started in about 2 to 3 minutes. So for those that just hopped on, we're just giving it just a couple more seconds, um, just for a couple more people to join before we get started. Yeah, I'll say about 11:05. Um, I'll go ahead and introduce the team and um, we'll get started. I'll explain how everything's going to work and then we'll go from there. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Um, Thank you guys. Thank you everyone for being here. This is the first of four public meetings that we're gonna have. Um, this time around, we kind of did it a little differently. We were hosting more virtual meetings this time around than in-person meetings. So the schedule for the week is gonna be the schedule for the week is gonna be today at 11 virtual. Wednesday is gonna be at DA. Let me pull up the calendar real quick. So Wednesday is gonna be at in person at DAS. If you want to attend that one's gonna be at 3 p.m. at DAS. On Thursday, we're gonna have another virtual one. That one's gonna be at 5 p.m. So if anyone needs time to get off work and make that one, you can make that one. And then the last one is gonna be on Friday, and that's early in the morning. That's going to be at 7 a.m. So if you want to hop on before work, but all of the meetings are going to be the same. So if you go to one, you pretty much went to all. We're going to be talking about the changes that we have coming up for next month. Um, and then so uh, on the team, on the call today, I have a few of my team members. So my name is Clem Neely. I'm the mobility coordinator here at MetroLink. On the call today, we also have Casey Graves, who is the planning manager. We have Brianna McCutcheon, the marketing manager. We have Nate Stewart, who's also in planning. We have Naja Jeffries, who is the director of operations, and we have Valerie Corshane, who is the um, customer service director. So I have my screen shared already, so I'm going to hand it over to Casey, and she is going to do the presentation.
Thank you, Clem, and thank everybody that was able to join us today. I'm going to go ahead and get started and talk about what we have coming up. So these changes will go into effect on Sunday, December 7th. And the changes this time are in the microlink service that we offer. So zone 6 is going to be changed to zone 2 during the daytime, but it will remain zone 6 at night and on Sunday. And zone 7 will be changed to zone 5 during the daytime, but will remain zone 7 at night and on Sunday. And then we're going to cover a new website that's coming up that goes live on Friday, November 14th, and then talk a little bit about the bus stop revision project that we're discussing and the Link Assist booking window survey that is out and available for everyone to take right now.
And
So, yes.
I'm sorry. Real quick, if you have any questions during the presentation, you can just go ahead and put it in the chat, and we'll address all the questions near the end.
Thank you. So a little bit about an explanation for the different numbers in the zones. The reason for this is because anytime a daytime zone also runs at night and on Sunday, if it has the same name, we don't want that confusion that it doesn't do the same thing. So anytime a daytime route, microlink route may do something different than nighttime, we want to keep those numbers separate so there's a clear and concise information for you guys to be able to know which zones you're needing to travel in. So Zone 2, Zone 5, and Zone 8 are the daytime zones that will be Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. Zone 2 is currently Zone 6, and what we've done is we've just rezoned the actual coverage area to incorporate more with our fixed route system to cover more of that first last mile. But then if you are actually in zone 2 in West Tulsa and just need to move around in zone 2 to free up more of those rides and make those available. We do still have the points of interest on zone 2 of Aon, the Gathering Place, and the connection to the BRT at 52nd and South Peoria. Zone 5 is the one that's around our Midtown Station zone, and it is currently zone 7 at night and on Sunday. And same thing, first last mile, get you to the fixed route and be able to get you moving. And then zone 8 is our North Tulsa zone, and it's pretty much the same. There is a little leg of it that's missing, but there are 2 senior facilities on Martin Luther King around 36th Street North that we service, and we have kept those as a point of interest as well, so they will still be able to access that service on the daytime microtransit. So then if you switch to the Nightline map, so here you can see zone 6 in its entirety and zone 7 in its entirety at night and on Sunday, and that will remain the same. Again, just didn't want that confusion between daytime, nighttime, Sunday service to make it clear and concise for people as they get used to the change. And then we do on nights and Sundays still service the Tulsa Zoo and the Tulsa Airport on that microlink zone 1. Nothing changed there. Still the same points of interest, still be able to get where you're going. And that's basically the microlink changes that we're going to put into place in December on the 7th. And Now I will hand it over to Brianna so that she can provide more detail about the upcoming website changes.
Thank you, Casey.
You're welcome.
Yes. So we have a new website design coming on Friday, November 14th. So be on the lookout for that. It is the same URL, so don't worry, we're not changing our website on where you find it. If you just look up www.metrolinkok.org, you'll still be able to get to that familiar website that you had before. It'll just look different. It will just be a little bit of a different design. Some of the things that we've done is we've taken into account a lot of customer feedback and fixed a lot of the issues with our website that we've heard several complaints about, especially when it comes to the accessibility and the screen reader friendly version of this website. So this website is screen reader friendly. It is ADA accessible, so we're really excited for that to offer more opportunities for this website. We also have offered new tools. So we have a new thing called eTransit. It's taking all of the data from all the software that we have available, and it feeds into this really cool piece of our website that you'll be able to find real-time data just at the touch of a finger. And it will give you real-time information as far as like where to find your bus, if the bus is running late, if it's early, if it's on time, where it's stopping next. It's a really great tool. I encourage everyone to go and try it out, especially once we launch this new design on Friday. So some really great things ahead for this new website design, and we're continuing to evolve it. So it should just keep getting better and better. So Clint, if you want to go to the next slide, I'm ready for that one. So the next one is we have an access improvement survey that's out right now. So we're asking all of you to go and take this survey to help us make your ride better. So some of the things that we're asking about is your thoughts on us improving our bus stops. And what this means is we're looking at redesigning the look of our bus stop, from what it was previously to what it will be soon in the future. And then we're also looking at changing some of the bus stops geographically to better align them. So not taking really necessarily bus stops away from anyone, we're just making it geographically better for everyone. And also we're asking to get some feedback on the Link Assist booking window. So if you are a Link Assist rider, we'd love to hear your feedback on, extending the booking window days. So let us know what you think. I can put the link to the survey in the chat. And if you take the survey, you can be entered to win a 31-day pass, or if you're a Link Assist rider, you can exchange it for a $50 value of Link Assist tickets. So you can decide whichever one you want. If you prefer to do more of a paper version and not do it virtually, that's also available at our Denver Avenue station or our Midtown station. So you have from now until December 22nd to take that survey for us and let us know your opinions. All right, Clem, I'm going to hand it off to you.
You're muted, Clem.
Yeah. At this time, we're just gonna go through some questions that we have in the chat, and if you have any questions pertaining to anything that was said in the presentation, feel free to just drop it in the chat, and someone from our team will address it. So I'm just gonna go through the chat here. So okay, so this is a question saying that the Route 500 has a ridership of 15 a day. What's keeping us from turning it into a microlink? That's a pretty heavy question. I don't think I'm qualified to answer that.
I can speak on that. Basically, we have a contract with Jinx for the service that we provide in Jinx, which is currently the 500. So that would be conversations that would need to be had with the municipality of Jinx, and that would be something that they would have to come to an agreement to and a contract for. So something to look forward to in the future for sure.
Okay, thank you. And then Ryan just asked what changes are happening next month. So I'll just kind of go over what was already said. So there's not going to be any route changes like we typically do. The only changes that are happening to our service is the microlink. So how we used to have it, and I'll go back to the previous that slide. So if you look at the current pamphlet, or even if you look at our website right now, when you look at the daytime map, the numbers are going to be different. So where you see in the purple zone where it says zone 2, currently it's zone 6, and then the gray zone is currently zone 7. So just for the sake of clarity, we gave those different numbers for the day just so that people understand that um, they are active in the day. The daytime zones are separate from the nighttime zones, pretty much. So, is that accurate, Casey? Those are pretty much the only changes happening.
Yeah, we revamped the zones so they don't do. If you look at a daytime zone and a nighttime zone map, you'll see that the nighttime covers more geography, more area. The zone is bigger at night and on Sunday because there isn't any fixed route for it to join with to get you moving. So during the day, when that fixed route is available in conjunction with the micro, so the zones are smaller during the day because you still have other options with the fixed route, whereas at night and on Sunday, that's the only option.
Okay. Next question, will GoPass be updated December 1st? I believe it's going to be updated on that Sunday the 7th. That's when the GoPass is going to update with the new with the changes for microlink. Is that right, Casey? December 7th.
Sorry, I was reading the questions. December 7th?
Yeah, is that when the app is gonna update with the changes?
I am not familiar with the
Yes.
GoPass update, but it
Okay.
should, yes. Brianna?
Yes, it just like the website, everything changes over basically at midnight on the December, I think it's December 7th. So it'll change automatically over once we hit that threshold.
Okay. Awesome. Jane says that she's not a rider, but she is an O&M teacher who has verified eligibility. So is she able to take the Link Assist survey?
Yes, of course. Please take it. Let us know, especially if you have clients that have a preference on the booking window. We want to hear the community's feedback. So whether you're a writer or not, or represent several clients, I mean, we want that feedback. We want to hear from the community. So definitely take it for us.
All right, and I just based on what I'm seeing, I think that those are all the questions pertaining directly to the presentation. But we do have one more question. Maybe Casey, if you want to take this. So it says Route 300 outperforms the 440. So why does the 300 only run every hour while the 440 runs every 45 minutes? I think that's a pretty data-driven question. But I'm not gonna speak on that.
I could actually touch on it really quickly because it's basic scheduling that comes into play. The 440 route is a lot shorter than the 300. There's less mileage on it. With our funding and our allocation, we have generally 2 buses per route. Sometimes there's an exception to that, but 2 buses on the 440 is every 45 minutes because it's not as long, and 2 buses on the 300 takes an hour because it's a lot longer.
And by the way, this presentation is going to be recorded. It is being recorded, and it's going to be we're going to post it on our website. This particular one, I don't think I'm going to record the other ones, but for this one, so if anybody just missed anything during the presentation, or if you know of anybody that might have wanted to attend any of the meetings and they didn't get a chance to, they'll be able to go on our website and they'll be able to view it. And we pretty much have an hour. So I think just out of respect for just us scheduling an hour, I'm I'm gonna stay on, and anyone that has any questions, just feel free to ask. But I think as of right now, unless anyone else any questions, um, we're pretty much done with the presentation. I see some people are typing. So Ryan asks, is there going to be any changes to the bus routes or the times? So no, there for this time around, there's not going to be any fixed route changes.
No, just, and there weren't any timing changes to Microlink. The same times are available that we had available before. Um, so no timing changes. And then a little more about when he likes our data, which is exciting. It's glad to see that people look at that. We're constantly monitoring those, and as we move forward, looking at ridership and productivity and all of those things throughout our fixed route system. So that's definitely something that is always open to change. No, Jane, we're not muted. We were just waiting in case there were any other questions or any people that were late hopping on. So. Ryan, yes, everything for fixed route will still be as it was in the August and as what it is currently today. Yes. Um, there are not any potential changes for fixed route in routing or timing until April. I believe Jane has a question.
Because she asked about the website changes. So that's going to be, the changes are not going to happen until this Friday, right? The 14th, Brianna?
Correct. It's not changing as far as the URL. It's staying the same when you go to try to find it. It's just going to look different when people when you look at it, it just won't look like our old website. It'll have a new design and some new features, but all the content should be still be there and everything will be where it is right now, if that makes sense. So it's just we've just fixed some bugs. It looks prettier. That's just kind of the gist of the new website design. Yes, it should be able to accommodate screen readers. It should be a lot more accessible now.
Yes, right. So next month, none of the fixed route buses. So the fixed, for maybe anyone that doesn't know, the fixed route are the bigger buses, the ones that you see on the street and they stop at bus stops. None of those are going to change. The schedule is not going to change at all. Um, I'll just take this time to explain the difference. So Microlink is the smaller vehicles that you see on the street. So Microlink, it works a little different than fixed route. It's priced the same, and you can use a bus ticket for either or. But Microlink is more of a on-demand thing. So if you need a ride from, let's say, from point A to point B, the Microlink can pick you up directly from your house, assuming you live in one of these. I'll go to the nighttime zone. Assuming you live in one of these zones here, these colored shaded areas, it can pick you up directly from the in front of your house. So like the curb, wherever the curb of your house is, the vehicle will come directly there. You hop in and it'll take you wherever you booked your ride to. That's where it'll take you, as opposed to the fixed route where it's more of an automated service. So it operates on a fixed schedule. So for example, um, if you're looking at this map here and you look at this 700, right? So this is a fixed route. So that means that there are specific times during the day where it's going to be at any particular bus stop or whenever it goes to DAS, it goes to DAS at a specific time during the day. So You have to know what the schedule is in order to use it. Whereas with MicroLink, it kind of works along with your schedule, and it's on demand, and you can book an hour in advance. So the fixed route, nothing's typically we would make fixed route changes, but this time around we're not. All of the fixed routes are going to stay the same. None of the times are going to change, and none of the times are going to change with MicroLink. But the only changes are the ones that we had already addressed, which is um, the numbers change and just the points of interest for zone two. So everything except for the microlink zones will stay the same. So since we do have someone else join,
Sorry. Can you fax them the full assessment today?
so yeah, so since we do have one more person join us, I'm still gonna stay on the call until 12 o'clock, but I'm gonna go through the presentation really quick, just because you missed it. It's real simple. So for the December service changes, everything is gonna be taking place on December 7th. So between now and then, everything is gonna be the same. But the only two things that are going to be changing is zone 6 will be changed to zone 2 for the daytime, but at night it's going to be zone 6. And then zone 7 is going to be changed to zone 5, but at but at night it's going to be zone 7. So let me kind of make sense of what that means. And we have another person on here, so I'll kind of go through it. So this is what our map is going to look like come December 7th. So for right now, if you were to look at a pamphlet or look at our website, what you're going to notice is that zone 2, this purple area, is it's called zone 6 right now, and then where you see zone 5 here right now, it's called zone 7. So the reason we're changing it is just so that people, it just for clarity's sake, um, but also so people can distinguish the daytime zones from the nighttime zones. Because I think we have had it where a lot of people get confused if people are thinking zone 6, or maybe someone's thinking zone 7. They might be thinking, oh, maybe it's just at night, or maybe it's during the day. So it just kind of creates uh, a little more clarity, and I hope that makes sense. So this is what the daytime map is going to look like, and then the nighttime map, pretty much nothing's going to change. But this is how it looks right now. So you see zone 1, 3, 4, 6, and 7. You can make that distinction now because all of the zones are numbered different than during the day. So daytime zones are zones 8, zone 2, zone 5, and Broken Arrow, and the nighttime zones are zones 1, 3, 4, 6, and 7. And if you have any questions about pertaining to what I'm talking about, you can just drop it in the chat. Um, and as of right now, I'm the only person from the team on, so if you have any questions, you can direct it to me. Um, and then so the other thing that we wanted to update everyone about is the website. So the only thing that's going to be changing with the website is it's going to have a slightly different look, but the URL is going to be the same. So if you need to access the website, Metrolink, www.metrolinkok.org is still going to be the URL. The only thing that we've updated is we've fixed some bugs that we've had in the past. And now we've kind of put a little bit more focus on it being ADA friendly. So if you or someone that you know relies on a screen reader to be able to surf the web, it should be a much better experience. And then we're gonna be having just new tools that uh, give Rider the ability to be able to see real-time data at the touch of their fingers, knowing where their bus is and how long the wait time is going to be and all that stuff. So that's pretty much on the website side. And then we also have a survey that's open to everybody, whether you're a rider or not. It is pretty much we're constantly improving our services, and we always want to hear from our riders. So the link, I believe the link to the survey is in the chat, but it's on our website. It's on our social media pages. So if you need access to it, just let me know. And Also, I'll just go over what the schedule is for this week. So today is the first of 4 meetings that we're gonna have. Um, Tomorrow's a holiday, so nothing's happening tomorrow. But on Wednesday, and I'll say this for the I see a couple of you said something about being able to unmute and speak to us. So if you do want to speak face to face with us or speak directly to us, our entire team is going to be at the station um, on on the 12th. So Wednesday the 12th. Take note of that. If you do want to speak with us with anything pertaining to anything else, maybe outside of what we spoke about in the presentation, that's the opportunity to do so. So Wednesday, November 12th at 3 p.m., we're all going to be at the station. We're going to have kind of a split. So some of our team members are going to be focused on answering questions related to the changes, and then we'll have, another team of our um, another group focusing on any other questions that you may have. So if your question didn't get answered on this meeting, it can definitely get answered on Wednesday. And then furthermore, we also have two more digital virtual meetings after that. So Thursday is going to be we have a meeting later in the day for those that maybe work 9 to 5 and you don't have free time until after 5. That's going to be at 5 p.m. on the dot on Thursday. And then for those that may um, have more time early in the morning, we're going to have an early morning meeting at 7 a.m. on Friday, the 14th. And all of the presentations are going to be the same. So if you attended this one, it's going to be the same thing Thursday and Friday. But I mean, you're free to hang out with us if you like hearing the sound of our voice. But for those that do have questions outside of the presentation, I'm going to say it again. Wednesday is going to be our only in-person meeting, and that's going to be at Denver Avenue Station at 3 p.m. So please, I encourage you to take note of that. We got about 10 more minutes here, so I'm gonna go through the chat and address any questions relating to the presentation. So I'll address the zone numbers. So this map that you're currently looking at, this is the nighttime map, and this is just the map showing the different zones in the nighttime. But let me just kind of give a little bit of context as to how they got numbered. So 2 years ago, back in 2023, is when we first launched the MicroLink pilot program. Back then, it was called Microtransit. It's called MicroLink now. But when we first launched it, we only launched it with 2 zones, right? Um, Zones 1 and 2. So they 1 and 2 are the initial pilot zones. Now, if you're looking at this map, you're not going to see zone 2. And the reason why is because the very first 2 zones were in the north side. So where you see zone 1 is now, that used to be zone 1 and 2. It used to, I don't remember exactly where the split was, but I'm guessing it might have been Peoria. might have been the separating line. So zone one was the west zone, and zone two would have been the east part of it. And then the same thing when we added zones uh 3, 4, 5, and 6. They were all numbered that way. Now, the reason why it looks the way it is now, or the reason why it's numbered the way it is now and it's confusing is because if you remember, maybe last year or maybe a year and a half ago, we combined a lot of the zones. So that's kind of where a lot of the confusion took place. So now where we used to have zone one and two up in the north side, we combined those into one. And so zone two just kind of went away. So there was no zone two for quite a while, until now. The same thing with zone 4 and 5. That's why you don't see zone 5 on this map. Is because zone 4 and 5 used to be two different zones. But if you know how microlink works, you know that because it only works within that zone, it's more convenient for people the bigger the zone is, because that means that they have more access to be able to get from place to place in one vehicle. So if you know how microlink works, then you know that if you're in zone 4 and you want to get to zone 1, then it's going to take two vehicles to get you there. So it's one journey with two vehicles. So if you want to get from zone 4, it's going to take you somewhere along where the two zones meet. Typically downtown is where all the zones meet, so that's probably where it's going to take you. And then the other vehicle is going to be there waiting for you to take you into zone 1 where you need to go. So that's how that works. So that's kind of the story. I hope that kind of provides a little bit of clarity on how they're numbered. So now, fast forward to now. So we brought the zone 2 and the zone 5 back, but we just labeled it as the daytime zones. So an easy way to remember is to just know that 2, 5, and 8 are the daytime zones, and 1, 3, 4, 6, and 7 are the nighttime zones. And that shouldn't be hard to remember. And it only works, and I'll just say, I don't think anybody asked this, but it only if you do want to book a microlink ride, you're only going to see the microlink option if you're, let's say, if you're booking in the app, you're only going to see the microlink option when you're actually in the zone. So like if you're using your phone and let's say you're using the GPS feature where it automatically detects where your location is. Most phones, I think, do that automatically. But if the GPS is telling the app that you're in a particular place, then it's gonna look to see if you're in the zone. And if you are in the zone and the destination that you plug in is also in the zone, then it's gonna pop up. If you are outside the zone, let's say if you're looking at this map, let's say you want to ride around in zone 7, but you live maybe just right a block away from the zone border, it's not going to show anything. And a lot of people get confused about that. So I just wanted to clarify that, just in case you guys wanted to know. So we got about 5 more minutes here, folks. So if you guys have any other questions related to the changes, just let me know and I'll address it. Um, if not, again, if you do have any questions, not related to the presentation, then we'll be at DAS on Friday and we'll be able to address any other thing that you want to address. The last thing that I want to say before um before we hop off is Rebecca had sent a link. If you go up in the chat to alerts, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about that. If let's just say, I know Ryan was asking about if any fixed routes were going to be changed. So we don't have any fixed routes being changed this time around. But let's just say that you had a suggestion. Let's just say that you think that this route would be better if we did it this way, or maybe if the timing was a little different, you think it might benefit the collective community. That's something that we would like to hear. We'd like to hear that kind of feedback. But there's a way to do it. So alerts is the best way to make suggestions. If you have a complaint about anything, about us, about a driver, about your experience, alerts is the best place to put that, because that's what that's for. Now, let's say if you if you join us on Wednesday and you come up to one of us and you complain about a ride that you had a month ago, unfortunately, that's not going to do anything. What you have to do is you have to get the details of the ride that you took. Maybe it was on a Sunday at 5 o'clock, bus number 1708, whatever. Make sure you have all those details and put it in an alerts report. And that's going to get directly to us. That's how we're able to correct things. But if you try to go any other route, we really can't make any promises that anything is going to be fixed. And like I said, this could be anything. It could be with our routes. It can be the microlink, whatever suggestion or complaint, or maybe you just want to tell us that we're doing a good job and pat us on the back. You can do that as well. We appreciate um, all feedback. Even now, I mean, any feedback that you have at this meeting, I would highly recommend. Thank you. I would highly recommend that you put it in the alerts. I mean, we are going to look through the chat and we're going to take everything into consideration, but alerts goes to all of the relevant parts. So whoever is relevant to is going to go directly to them. So that's my suggestion. Thank you guys for hopping on. Again, all of the other meetings this week are on our website. If you want to check the dates out and the times, and you want to join us for any other meeting, feel free. We're happy to have you guys here. So with that being said, I'm gonna end the meeting and hope you guys have a great day.